The Colosseum was a place where the best of the best threw down to see who would be the last standing. Some contestants came from nothing, just to rise to the top. What if I started with the bare minimum in Elestrals, just enough packs to make a legal deck? I would clash with other casters with the eventual goal of winning a tournament. Every win would reward a single randomized pack to upgrade my deck, with other rewards along the way. Will I be the last caster standing? It's time to enter the Colosseum.
Alright, welcome to episode 12 of Elestrals Colosseum. Here we are fresh off 2 losses against Aqua Dragon in the last episode, so lose 2 streak, and today we are playing none other than Werts. Werts is popular Elestrals YouTuber. If you haven't checked out his stuff, go over and do that. I'll put his link in the description. However, if you're one of like 3 people that watches me and you like Elestrals, most likely you know that Werts is already doing his thing. So anyways, shout out to Werts for playing the games, much appreciated. Looks like we are a couple turns in here. I started this one a little late, but Werts threw down an Ash Rabbit, grabbed a card, went first, Ash Rabbit grabbed a card, and then threw down a back row, passed it over. I threw down my Ash Rabbit, it's met with a PTA, and yeah, so you are officially caught up there. Yeah, here we are. This episode is the Dallas is actually going on when this episode will be uploaded. This is the first time in my very short Elestrals career, or Elestrals YouTubing career, that I have to actually think ahead on some videos. So doing these a couple weeks ahead of time just to make sure I can still stay on schedule with uploads. But yeah, this should be going out this Saturday that Dallas is going on. So yeah, looking forward to that. Cannot wait. About 2 weeks out at this point. Stressing about what deck I'm going to play, although realistically, I'm probably not going to do that well, but we'll see how it goes. Anyways, we passed over to Werts. Let's see, he triggered the PTA in the end phase. Goes with a Galaxy on his own, swung for some damage, and then I'll cast out the Verituka right here, rather, on my turn. So Verituka is a 3-1. On when it enters battle with an attack position Elestral, I believe. As long as they have the same amount or the other Elestrals fewer enchanting spirits, then it just destroys. So pretty solid card, pretty good answer to the Galaxy right there. And we will go ahead. We opted to take out the Galaxy right there because that was the threat that could swing over the Verituka if we took out the Rabbit instead. So yeah, opted to take out the Galaxy right there. Unfortunately, we'll still have to deal with the Rabbit, but we pass it back over and we see a Jotagwa cast out right here. So Jotagwa is a 1/4. On receive of a water Elestral, it allows the owner to heal a couple spirits. So also just realized I needed to trim the box in OBS a little bit more. You see the light from Discord pop up every time I talk, so I apologize for that. But yeah, anyways, Werts passes it back over. I think he set another card that turn, so we know he's on some kind of water strategy here. Jotagwa was a very popular water Nexus card just because it's an on receive, so pretty good paired with a card like Poseidon. Poseidon allows you to Nexus. So yeah, we gotta see what else we're working against here, but we'll go ahead and try to cast out a Moss Station right here. Unfortunately, that is met with another PTA, so thought we had an answer to the Rabbit. Unfortunately, we will not. We'll just go to end phase, and Werts will pay out the PTA, destroying the Crab, and we'll have to pass it back over with just the Verituka on board. Same deal right here, kept it in attack because it's a 3 attack, and his are a 2 and a 1. So leave an attack right there, hoping he doesn't have anything in order to get over the Verituka. He'll just go with a re-enchant of the Rabbit here, always a good play. Especially if you have something to siphon that spirit off of, kind of get double the work out of that spirit. Very popular to play to re-enchant the Rabbit and then Ambro off of that same spirit. Anyways, he'll get another card right here, be able to add that to hand, and there we do see a Poseidon, and how many will he put on? Looks like he's going for the full 4. He's going for the full 4. Immediately will trigger the effect Nexus 1 to the Jotagwa to heal a couple. And yeah, we're in a pretty rough spot right here already. He's got 3 enchanting that Poseidon. Currently 2 on each of his Elestrals. Yeah, in a pretty rough spot right here. I don't know. We don't know what else he's playing right now. There's got to be something bigger coming. But anyways, we'll go out with a Mudlet right here, and I pull out a Thunder Spirit right here. I was targeting the Rabbit, and so I said Rabbit, and that made me think, okay, grab Thunder. Anyways, we'll fix that. Grab the Earth target, the Rabbit, switch it to attack. We'll try to go to battle here, and we are met with an Altar of Stars. So He'll take 1 off the rabbit, siphon 1 off the rabbit to pay for the altar, Nexus 1 to Jotagwa, and switch the rabbit back to defense. So crazy play right there. Also would allow him to heal for nexusing the 1 to the Jotagwa. I just don't think he had any water spirits left to heal in Underworld there, so doesn't matter too much right there. Yeah, we'll pass it back over. We're stuck behind two Elestrals with pretty large defenses, so see what else we can do here. Werts will play out a starbit. Starbit's like so freaking cool. Superhero starfish. It's a 1/1, I believe. It gets +2 for every water enchanting it, and then when it gets to 7 attack, it immediately has to either destroy itself, I believe, or special ascend into the Starbit Supernova from hand or deck. And so Starbit Supernova is a 7 attack, and when it's destroyed, you can re-enchant all of the spirits that were enchanting it to other cards on your field and draw a card. So it's like, it's a pretty cool combo how it works. It's only, oh yeah, I was telling him at that point, like, this is cool, and you know, I was like, where's the X out of 10? That's what I said at that point. He shows me the Aphros that he's gonna put in the deck. That's the serialized, but anyways, he'll enchant it with a Floor Mine, so it is uncryoblastable. Definitely a word. He will Nexus 1 to it as well. Yeah, it also has a clause where it can Nexus up to 2, I want to say. So Nexus is more to itself, and he'll be able to. He does that in order to get more damage. So he's got 5 spirits enchanting that freaking Supernova right now. It's absolutely insane. So he will be able to clear the Verituka. We were going back and forth right here because he thought the Verituka was still a problem, but Verituka unfortunately says when it enters battle. So it has to be the one attacking, but it's also, it has to be, the Verituka has to have equal or more spirits than whatever it's attacking. So yeah, the Verituka is absolutely no problem right here. So we get that all cleared up, and yeah, he will be able to clear and deal, what, 4 spirits of damage right here just with this one starbit. And then even if we had something to stop it, all of those spirits go to another card. So actually a pretty cool deck. Like when Supernova was revealed, I was super excited because like just the design of it is really cool. I haven't played around with it just yet, but Werts just off of this one play right here has inspired me to start messing around with it. So yeah, next deck build definitely, or well, by the time you guys see this, I'll have already played with it, but as of now, recording time, that is my next deck build. I'm probably actually gonna try to run some games after this, see how it plays. So we'll play the 4 spirits right there, and yeah, pretty rough spot once again right here. Even if we are able to deal with the starbit, we've still got the 2 massive booty rabbit, and I don't even know what Jotagwa is. Is it a turtle? I think it's a turtle. Anyways, 2 big defenders right there, even if we were to somehow get over the starbit. And so yeah, I was going through right here, and then I think I even forgot that it has the effect where it can re-enchant everything, enchanting it onto other stuff when it dies. And so like, that's just crazy with like Jotagwa, because you know it on receive it heals, so you can heal stuff. I think we were clearing up here, I wasn't sure how it worked, but Werts was telling me that whenever it dies, you have to re-enchant all of the spirits on it to one other card. Like, you can't pick and choose what, you know, you want to put one spirit on this card, one spirit on another card. No, they all have to go to the same thing. So if it was to die, he would have to just throw all of it onto the Jotagwa, which he gets to keep the spirit, so it's not like it really matters here. But also, it's just like a massive Nexus bank, or makes anything a massive Nexus bank if he wants to siphon spirits off of it for counters or invokes. So yeah, I'm super intrigued. I'm gonna try this out myself. Just seemed really cool, and then seeing Werts pilot it right here, and you know, played how it actually should be played, like, it looks super fun. So we'll go ahead and cast out a Rummagem right here. I was thinking our favorite expensive removal combo of Sprout or Necklace. Expensive and slow, I should mention, because, you know, we have to search it off Rummagem. Anyways, we'll grab the Sprouter right there for a future turn, leave the Rummagem in defense, swap Mudlet to defense, so hopefully be able to save some damage there. And yeah, right here I was picking up Mudlet. I forgot Mudlet wasn't on receive, so he was like, you could have just re-enchanted Mudlet, swapped the Starbit to defense and popped it, or just swung over it. Unfortunate there, but he'll go with another Starbit right here. Starbit Nexus 2 onto the other Starbit, pop itself, go into the Supernova right here, And so we're looking at 2 superhero starfishes, right? There's surely starfishes is not the the correct word right there. I'm gonna go look that up after this game. I don't know what else you would say though. It's just starfish. Yeah, fish plurals fish. Yeah, it's probably just starfish. Oh, I'm so dumb. Anyways, yeah, staring down 2 starfish right there is in addition to the other 2, and so he'll clear and be able to swing in for some damage right here. Unfortunately, it's only 2 damage because he has to use the starfish to get over the mudlet rummagem. But yeah, at this point, we're not getting through any of this, so it's kind of already a GG's. We're just letting Werts flex right here and see what all he could come up with. He's currently got what's that? 7, 8, 9, 10 spirits on board. We'll throw out our little sprouter that could right here. Go ahead and grab the necklace. Yeah, be able to at least try to get over one of the starfish here. I don't even know why I'm saying starfish. Starbit is such a cooler word in general. Yeah, I believe we do have to go for... We're down to like 4 spirits here. I want to say we do have to go for the necklace here. And yeah, we'll throw the 2 Vipyros on it. I don't know. I might have been wrong on the spirit count, obviously. You guys will be able to see. But we'll empower the sprouter with the necklace. Try to swing over one, which will go through. However, he is able to throw all of those spirits down. So he does throw them on the first starbit. And that thing now has 7 spirits on it in total, including a flare mine, including an owloon. So it can't be dense fogged. Not that that would even come up. It can't be cryoblasted. Looks like he just ascends over it into the chronodile using the correct spirit. And you guys have never seen an Elestral with more spirits enchanting it right here. We've got, what, 10 spirits right here? 6 waters. 6 waters and the 1 solar. Chronodile has an effect where if it has 6 water or solars on it, it cannot be targeted. And so just alone off of those spirits, it's unable to be targeted. It can also disenchant 1 to pop a card, I believe. And yeah, and then we were going right here. We were like, let's just make it crazy, or just ascend off of the other 2 as well to see how many we can get on this 1 chronodile right here. So there's like a solid 11 on that chronodile. And yeah, he will go for game right there. It shows the bluff Ambro, and yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, massive freaking chronodile right there. Anyways, love seeing it. Let's we'll take the L here. Let's lose 3 in a row. We'll get over to game 2. All right, we are back here, game 2 against Werts. We officially have PTSD from the chronodile. So unfortunate to get hit with an 11 spirit. That's more than like half the spirit deck, all on that 1 chronodile. Anyways, Werts will go first here once again and start with none other than the Astrabbit. Oh, yeah, we've seen some crazy stuff in Colosseum, from Solar Nexus to Drak King. I know I say every deck is our worst matchup, and that's just because it is. Every deck is the worst matchup. Anyways, he'll set 1 right here, pass it over to us. We'll go with Eddie, and Eddie is met with a gaze, so always having trouble with the rabbits. We'll cast out a Drops of Leaf right here. Shuffle back. What do we shuffle back? The Javalantis. Looks like we throw down the Caprigal for a minute and then do some thinking. Throw down the Folio Forest, and then yeah, we will confirm the Caprigal. So we'll shuffle back the 3 right here. Be able to draw 4. Hopefully get something to stifle his board before he gets into another 11 Spirit Crocodile. But yeah, we didn't even see, so at this point we know he's on Water Nexus, Starbit stuff. Most likely Aephros in this deck as well. Didn't even see the Aephros last game, but definitely going to be a crazy card if it comes up, allowing him to Nexus and draw cards and, you know, just get into whatever he needs to. So yeah, we'll resolve the Leaf right there, draw some cards. Also still pretty bad at leaking my hand. I've noticed a couple things casting back over these videos. I've said before I'm bad at leaking my hand, but Also, when I'm like going through a pack opening or a deck profile or something, just having, I've moved my camera many times to try to help with the leaking cards issue, and I've now have the issue of not showing cards in like a pack opening far enough up for the camera or a deck profile or whatever. So I'm trying here, guys. I'm trying. I'm learning a lot of stuff. Anyways, we'll set. Let's see. Eddie gets negated. We set 2. Pass over to him. Couple sets right there. Another Ash Rabbit comes down. We could barely even deal with the 1. Now we have to try to deal with 2 without our Eddie, by the way. So yeah, resolve another Rabbit here. Just get further into the deck. I'm also like, I was thinking, I don't know, like I just love Oistillery. I love the design of Oistillery too. Like Oistillery might be a decent card in this deck, but Chronodile is honestly just better. So yeah, because Chronodile can disenchant to pop 1 as well, so it's just the same thing as Oistillery, just bigger, and it has the protection from targeting. So yeah, Oistillery definitely just, not Oistillery, Chronodile definitely just a better option in that slot, I think. We will go with an Ascension over the Eddie into the Caprigal, and that'll be met with a PTA, and I'll change the PTA. So kind of a weird thing right here. Like you guys know, my yeah, and then he'll throw the water back for the chains effect right there. My philosophy is to be as aggressive as possible, just because it's hard for me to keep tempo. So anytime I can get stuff on the board, I wanna try to keep it on the board. So go ahead, negate the PTA, try to swing in, and we are met with a shield here. So a bit unfortunate. He'll pay a couple waters and a lunar for that, and we know he can heal those waters pretty easily. So definitely unfortunate for us. Would have loved to have stick the Caprigal right there. Unfortunately, live back row is an issue. So we'll pass it back over. Werts will cast or throw out 1 back row card, cast out the starbit again. No Poseidon as of yet to get the starbit to blow up, so he'll just swing for 3 damage right here. Although he's already triggered 2 rabbit effects, so he's seen quite a few cards at this point, which I'm assuming the Poseidon's coming at some point in the near future. We got some plays right here trying to figure out what to do. The starbit's an interesting card because it well, real quick, we'll throw out the Jolton, shuffle back the forest earlier, so we'll try to search that. It's met with a gaze though, so unfortunate for us right there. But yeah, back to the starbit. It's like a continuous effect. Like in its main phase, if it hits 7 attack, it immediately has to ascend or destroy. So kind of a weird card and how it works. It's similar to like the Cryoling stuff. He'll go ahead and re-enchant the starbit right there is what it looks like. So we see, and then the Atlantis comes down. So yeah, it'll get, instead of 1, it gets 2 from each of the spirits on itself, getting it to a 5, and then the Atlantis gives it 2 more for the spirits enchanting, so it'll get to that 7 attack right there, be able to trigger. He'll bring out the Supernova right here. And yeah, kind of another weird spot right here. He'll enchant the Flare Mine on the Ascension. Switch the rabbits back to defense. Was kind of hoping they'd be left in attack right there just to at least be able to maybe get over one of them, but back to defense, and as of now he'll be able to get in, what, 2 damage right here. I know you have to not to swing. Yeah, Starbit's very afraid of shield, and looking back at this, I was leaking the hand and could see the shield at multiple points, so probably, yeah, definitely need to stop doing that, but he'll opt to just pass it back right here. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out, I have some of the small healers now after Shattered Stars, so trying to figure out the best route to take on if I should go ahead and try to cast out one of the smaller guys and be able to heal. Jolton left on board also makes me kind of want to go for an Ascension right here. Obviously we knew, the Caprigal earlier, we shuffled back and then drew into it right away. Casted it last turn, it got bounced back to hand, so that thing just wants to stay in the hand apparently. But yeah, we do have the option of enchanting over the Jolton into the misenchanted Caprigal. Trying to get over a rabbit, and then if all of that sticks, we can re-enchant next turn. Potentially bring back the Eddy. If everything was to go according to plan, that's exactly what we'll do. We'll send over the Jolton into the Caprigal and just try to go over a rabbit here, hoping that one connects. Tsunami doesn't do anything here. We've already been hit by a shield. Unfortunately, Altar does do stuff right here, so he'll pay for an Alloon right here. Nexus seeing a Thunder from one rabbit to another, so I mean we effectively do get through a rabbit like we want to. However, he will be able to trigger the rabbit effect on receiving a Thunder Spirit, be able to add another card to hand, so not ideal for us, but at least we do get over one of the rabbits. So yeah, hasn't gotten too out of hand just yet, but definitely could at any given moment in time. Especially after game 1. After seeing what this deck can do in game 1, like, yeah, it's crazy. There's the Aetheros. We finally see an Aetheros brought down. Aetheros can Nexus Spirits, and then if it does, it can draw cards. So that's exactly what we'll see. We'll see the Nexus of 2 over to the Aetheros, leaving the 1 Flare Mine on the Starbit Misenchanted. Be able to draw 2 cards since there were 2 Spirits Nexus. And then we'll see an Ambro paying 4 out of the Spirit deck, which is a little bit interesting right there. Probably just did that in order to keep more damage on the board right here. Worth noting, the Caprigal is a 5 defense. It is enchanted with 1 water, and he has the Atlantis up, so 5 defense. However, the Starbit just gets over that on its own. Trying to see what else he can do right here. We played some other games after this further into the night, after the Colosseum games, and he's also running some Nectar of the Gods in here as well, which you can pay with off of the excess amount of spirits that fly around the Elestrals. Pretty cool stuff, actually. Looks like he'll just go to battle, try to swing over the Caprigal with the Starbit, and yeah, we'll flip the shield on that. So kind of unfortunate. Was really hoping to hit it when it had a mass amount of spirits on it, but at least we are able to get rid of it. Supernova, worth noting, Supernova cannot be casted out of hand directly. It has to be brought out from the Starbit effect. You can also do some kind of weird stuff, like you can rise from the ashes, you can rise from the depths, you can special it back from the underworld with like a Caprigal effect, but yeah, no way to get it out just from hand, so still worth the shield there for sure. He'll pass it back over to us. We'll switch the Caprigal back to attack, re-enchant, so it is correctly enchanted now. And still, I know 2 back row, definitely still playing aggressive, but goal right here is to try to clear something and then be able to start bringing back some guys and try to gain board control right here. Unfortunately, this deck that we're playing against just kind of stalls out and does its thing until it can go off, so looks like we'll see altar number 2 here. So a Thunder, siphons a Thunder to pay for the altar, moves 1 water from the Aetheros to the Bunny, switching the Caprigal to defense. So Caprigal is sticking to the board. It's getting more spirits, however, it is just not doing a whole lot because of Altar of the Stars. Altar is a crazy card when it works. Like if you've got this kind of deck where you can, make spirits fly around the board, it's insane. Cast out a Starbit right there. Starbit gets 3 off its own effect, and then we'll be up to 4 from Atlantis. Aetheros can Nexus 1 over to it, allowing Aetheros to draw a card. He will Aetheros effect, take 1 off the rabbit, throw it on the Starbit, so he'll be able to ascend into another Supernova. Yep, from deck. Very unfortunate for us. I also think he gets to draw off the Aetheros. We'll see if he does that. I don't know. See, he'll add another water. Nexus from... Okay, so the first Nexus from the rabbit to the Starbit was the Starbit effect. And then that Nexus right there was the Aetheros effect, allowing you to take 2 back to the Aetheros, draw 2 cards. Ambro siphoning 1 off the Aetheros, be able to heal up a few spirits right here. Looking back at this game, it's going to be a nightmare for my brother. Does all my editing for me. Shout out Devin. It's going to be a nightmare for him trying to count out and keep accurate spirit numbers for all of this. See another card set right there. Flip up a nectar. Yeah, it's like I was saying earlier. Like, the spirits are just there. Why not use them? Somehow back down to only three Elestrals with 1 enchanting spirit each. Kind of crazy how we got back to this point, but yeah, I mean, any one turn you can just ascend over something and siphon off the others to get into the Chronodile. Switch the rabbit to attack right here. Looks like the starbit gets over the Caprigal finally. We lose the 3 spirits. I was kind of fine with losing those spirits here. Like I said, we had the 2 little healers in hand, and so that's why I was being so aggressive as well. Just so we could potentially heal us back. So we'll take some damage from the rabbit and the Aphros right there. Don't have a lot of options to get over the supernova at this point. Go with a Sluggle right here. Sluggle, I did the attack position Sluggle. We are getting +1 off of his Atlantis, so I thought maybe being able to get over the rabbit at least would be something worthwhile. Sluggle unfortunately met with a PTA right here, taking it down to a 1 attack after the Atlantis bonus, so a bit unfortunate right there. Trying to keep that rabbit up on board. I do have, I think, yeah, if I remember correctly, I do have a play right here. We will go ahead and fire the Sluggle effect, heal the 3 spirits. I'm trying to figure out if I want to go for the aggressive play, which, like I said, 9 times out of 10 I do go for the aggressive play, just kind of have to. I will flip up the Hephaestus right here, brand new Hephaestus. Not brand new, I think this is the 4th game that we played with it, but brand new to the deck, as in this is the first time that we've casted it. So we'll enchant 1, go ahead and disenchant right there, search out the tunic. I actually need to look at Hephaestus because I think you, I might be crazy, but I want to say maybe you need 2 for it. I might have misplayed that, but even if I did, we're pretty far behind in this one, so I don't know if even if I did it wrong, might not matter, but I'll have to confirm to see if I casted the card correctly. So anyways, we'll search out the Poison Tunic right there. Poison Tunic we can enchant on, or empower to his rabbit, which will take his rabbit down to a 0 attack, and we will have the tiny 1 attack Sluggle that could try to get in, and it is met with a Gorgon's Gaze, so unfortunate right there. He will siphon off the rabbit, so we do get through the rabbit. However, because he siphoned off of it, it does not trigger the tunic, so we just lose the spirits on the tunic. He doesn't even have to expend, and at this point there's such a we're at a massive spirit deficit, and yeah, even if we had board control here, spirit deficit is just insane. Actually, we might not be as much or as far down as I'm thinking, but it feels like I'm so far behind with all the Nexusing that's been going on and everything. We see another Aphros right here. I don't know why I left Hephaestus on the board for this long. Just wanted you guys to be able to see the cool statue that we pulled. But yeah, we'll go ahead and show right there. We only have 3 spirits left, and he's definitely got more than enough on board. So fall to another loss. GG's, like I said earlier, go check out Werts. Yeah, thanks for playing, Werts. Yeah. If you guys enjoyed, like and subscribe. Starting to see how important that is. If you guys have any suggestions for the series, feel free to leave anything in the comments. And yeah, like I said, this episode will be up during Dallas. So good luck to everyone that is competing in Dallas. I'm definitely looking forward to that. It's going to be a blast. But yeah, until next episode, thanks for watching.